First made available for watching TennoCon 2024 between 11 AM ET to 4:30 PM ET with your Warframe and Twitch accounts linked, the AX-52 rifle. If you weren't able to get it here, do not worry, don't panic. Baro will bring this sometime, eventually, at least once this year. Assuming at 10 to 12? Yes! Okay, it actually worked. I wasn't kidding either. There it is! Mastery rank 12. All I will put this is, I had an oopsie. Do not even play with me game. Okay, there it is, right? I was looking here and going, no, it's not a skin. Please, anything but a skin. I assumed I didn't say it in the top left. I had an oopsie when it came to actually claiming this. My timer stopped at 10%. I was still watching, still am actually, but it had just stopped. It took me 3 different reloads and then a relog to get the timer to continue. This wasn't the problem there, and this was a problem with the website or something, because it stopped. That 10% worked fine. Nothing changed. It just stopped. So I had to start pretty much all over again. But there it is. Comparing it to the Godfar Prime from last year. At the same time, Ordis decides to start speaking, because why wouldn't things take 30 times longer? TennoCon! Yay! Fire rate, slower. Magazine, half. Punch through, non-existent. Crit chance, it has more. Crit multiplier, it has less. But it does the same kind of damage, and it does 15 more. That could be its saving grace. Upgrade this. Should have a catalyst pre-installed in it. If you buy it from Baro, not really sure. 2V polarities. Wow, we're off to a great start, aren't we? And of course, you know that has to go in there. Because why not? No, it's not staying on there. It's just that was down here, and this is a V polarity. And I love this little detail, but we'll take that out because it's not. Unique trait. Hip-fired shots have plus 60% ammo efficiency. This is why the magazine is smaller. I'd heard there was a chance this would happen, but still. Aimed headshots have 100% crit chance. Does it stack? Because if that stacks, looking down scope, ooh, it's a guaranteed orange anyway. It's 100%. It should be guaranteed crits the second you aim down scope. Because it says aimed headshots, but it's only on the headshots. That will require a lot more testing. But first, 18% status? Anybody got a ribbon for this yet? Can't say I have been to this one before, so let's give this place a go. I'm assuming this will work. Before we do anything else, there is a handful of things that need to be answered. How efficient is that firing from the hip, which I never do, this is going to hurt me so much, actually going to play for ammo efficiency? Oh my... Wow. Okay. I'm still firing the same magazine. Okay. This is basically unleveled. It's still rank 0 in the bottom right. I have not gone anywhere, and that is a good... Wow. Did not expect that level of magazine. Versus, of course, aiming and then shooting. Which is, of course, going to take a lot less time to empty the magazine. Oh, I will admit, I did put crit chance and crit multiplier on this, and technically also corrosive and serration. Aiming down scope, right? Headshot, yellow, 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 white every now and then, but mainly yellows. Red, orange, 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 red, orange, 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 orange. Yes, headshots with this are guaranteed orange crits. All red. Normal shots, yellows, aimed, orange, and the occasional reds. Again, apart from putting the crit on here and a bit of corrosive, there's nothing on here. It is unused, unleveled. Holy hell. As a fan of the Gotva, reloading doesn't bother me in the slightest. If it can empty a magazine, I mean, oh, I've killed an enemy. Reload. I hate you. Your head is in such a weird place. Oh, I was reloaded there anyway. Unmodded. Wrong elemental combo. No crits. No crit damage. Just the normal crit damage mod. Wow. Okay, first impressions. Oh. Very, 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 very impressive. Just pretty much guaranteed crits if you aim down scope. I mean, that is technically... I wouldn't put it as good as the new core. I have emptied the magazine, so that joke about ammo drum at the beginning, I think ammo mutation may be a must for this, otherwise, damn, I'm impressed. And to be fair, I am somebody who shoots down scope every time. So having that on headshot, basically guaranteed orange, is huge as long as you don't go to the Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, where the element doesn't really play too much into account because it's random enemies per round, and you can always kind of predict this by playing a few rounds and figuring it out, but match the elemental combo, this thing will... Oh, it amazed me just how good this was. When I seen it does more damage than the Gotva Prime, I had hopes. It does pretty much guaranteed orange crits, or the occasional red, though I think that's down to the fact that I basically have galvanized scope in this. I've only put 2 Vs on this simply because I didn't want to former out the Xylus slot. I wanted to put ammo mutator in there. I may in the future polarize that V over to a dash, simply down to things like accuracy when aiming for 9 seconds is probably the only thing that actually fits a V for primaries. Everything else seems to be on a dash polarity, and it's kind of a shame, though may go for an extra V so we can actually have that split chamber at 90% instead of the 60% it's at now, because I ran out of comments. It needed one extra point and it would have been perfectly fine. I would much rather sacrifice a tiny little bit of multi-shot than sacrifice all of the damage. Simply down to point strike, vital sense work wonders on this. They don't seem it. I mean, 65% crit chance isn't really that much, apart from the fact that when you aim down scope and hit them in the head, it's 100% guaranteed crit chance. So somebody let me know, does it stack? It doesn't really say, but I'm going to say it stacks, because you're not going to get a red crit unless it is over 200% crit chance. This plays so well with galvanized scope, it's unbelievable. Galvanized scope. On headshot, 120% crit chance when aiming for 12 seconds. On headshot kill, plus 40% crit chance while aiming for 12 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. Yes, galvanized scope is definitely one of those musts on this, because it turns it into a crit monster, which is why it is hitting for red crits. Because it turns out I installed this thing for that little bit earlier, where I equipped it and went, oh dear, it's doing red crits and I haven't done anything apart from put Vital Sense in and Point Strike and Galvanized Scope. I forgot to put it on there, I apologise, but it was on there. That is why this thing is actually orange critting constantly. Remembering. Orange crits are over 100%. Yellow is just indicate it's crit hitting. Orange is anything over 100%, and over 200% it becomes super critical. Red. That is why Vital Sense, kind of an also essential mod for this weapon, because 120% crit damage, 5.3 times the damage. If it wasn't for that, this thing would kind of suck. I mean, 40 damage? Yeah, it's not going to do amazing against level 3, 400 enemies. But you've seen it. Before I even threw multi-shot on here and heavy caliber, this thing was wrecking level 225s. I didn't see that coming, and that was before firing a single round. That was before forming this thing at all. The AX-52. I don't know if this was done on purpose by Digital Extreme or not. It is definitely better than the Godfa Prime. Is it absolutely amazing? Only if you aim down scope. For everything else, aim from the hip. The ammo efficiency worked so well. It actually got me kind of out of the habit of aiming down scope. But I just prefer aiming down scope anyway. Kind of better accuracy when you do that. Even though I know people keep going to be getting at me for saying aiming down scope, it's not really aiming down scope because it's a third-person game, so technically your character's aiming down scope, you're not. I'm aware of this, but it's not like I turn around and said you've gone first person. Then, okay, I'll give you that one. There's firing from the hip, and then there's aiming down scope. It's third person, you don't ever actually aim down scope. Unless, of course, you use that slight little glitch where you can actually go first person and aim down scope. Though that's apparently been fixed because I can't get it to replicate it. We're all still hoping that becomes a thing one day. But the AX-52, better than the Godfa Prime, but only just because it's an absolute crit monster. If you weren't able to get this during TennoCon, don't worry. Baro will bring this at some point. Hopefully. Or they'll stick it behind a special alert twice a year. It will definitely return. All of our TennoCon weapons are in Baro's possession. He brings them, which is why I'm saying the AX-52. Baro will bring this probably just before the winter holidays like he did the Godfa Prime, if not sooner, considering how good this thing actually is. But we've gone on way too long, so we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.